everybody who's tuning in. Let's see who's first in the comment section. Nobody just yet, but we'll see who's first. I want to make sure that my audio is good. Okay, I see Rodecaster. Okay. Okay, everything is good. Okay. Again, DonLexy here with another show. Now that I know the audio is good, welcome to another live reaction. Sounds like everything is good on my end. Let's go ahead and get ready for another show. You guys won't believe the feature presentation. Is a woman who's over 40, certainly an average woman. Her body looked nice, but that's beside the point. We're going to get into it. We got about 4 or 5 archetypes to cover. Lengthy show. Glad to be back. How you guys doing? You guys know the rules. We're looking for a show sponsor. Everything over $20 qualifies as a show sponsor. If we reach our goal of $100, we'll come back here tomorrow and guarantee another live show. Okay? Let's go ahead and get into it. How y'all doing? Glad to be back. Drop those locations. I want to see where you're tuning in from. Welcome back to the show, guys. Let's get into it. Let's make it happen. Drop those locations.
So apparently we got beat. Between Tasha K and
Okay. Everything sounds good. Audio's good. Keith says the audio is good. Much love, Keith. Much love. Thank you. I'm going to start that music over, though. Just because of the technical difficulties. And I had to move some things around. Oh, yeah. Stop the music. Stop the music. All right. Oh, yeah. I forgot. I almost forgot. As we come into the room, of course, I have to discuss, especially in the light of doing a Kendra G show, and not trying to be messy or anything, but some details have surfaced about Kendra G's breakup in her relationship with the Nigerian guy. And when she had first hooked up with the Nigerian guy, I was making all these jokes. I'm like, oh man, you know, Nigerian guys, I was making the scammer jokes. And even some of my Nigerian subscribers were offended by it. But you know, we moved on. And I don't know, it's all come full circle. Tasha K's dropped some information. And I just briefly want to I just want to play this for you guys. I just want
to. Came for me after I literally was just being a good Samaritan by staying after we were talking in the DM.
Just like the Theo group, by the way.
I never had a problem
with his page right now.
But you know, a lot of people be underlying like really tight with my platform. Like they don't know which way I'm gonna go. How can I trust Tasha? What is she gonna expose? Like they be paranoid around me, right? And I get it, so I'm used to it. But I literally said to her in the exchange in the text messages, I said, hey, you know, keep your man on social media. And she came back and was like, well, what? Like an hour later, what that mean? I was like, keep your man on social media. It was just saying. And so she was like, why? My friends told me that you was looking for stuff on my man. I ride for mine. Now he's her boyfriend. And this lady is well in her 40s, okay? I don't think she's ever been married, and this is her boyfriend, okay? So this is not a husband. Talking about me and mine, we ride for mine. He's supposedly Nigerian. I don't know. And it was just really salty. Then she sent me a text message of her friend saying, hey, girl, Tasha K looking for information on your man. And I was like, baby Kendra, we don't look for information on nobody. Your people send it to me. Just like your people told you that I was looking for information, they probably about sent it to me. But what it did was pique my interest, because my thing is like, why get so defensive? If there's nothing to hide about your man, why get so defensive? And it was the defensiveness that made me say, okay, let me keep my eyes open for some stuff I'm not looking for, but when it does come across my desk, I'm gonna see why she felt tight about me getting any information on her man and why she felt the need to be the dominant masculine figure to want to fight for him.
And me knowing nothing about her boyfriend, King Ashley Foot, I just can tell. Look at the picture up there. He just looks like a scammer, and I'm thinking he's from Nigerian descent, which is scammer central. I had no idea that Kendra already had an issue with Tasha. They both so messy. Let's go.
So when these messages wound up on my desk in my DM,
shout out to Theo Coop.
Before we put these out, I want you to hear how Kendra G describes her life, because you know she's always posting in Rolls Royce and helicopters and these ridiculous outfits that you can't buy nowhere, not even Nigeria. And she is yet to get a hair transplant to bring back her edges, so the wigs just get further and further back. So go ahead, run this interview.
It's actually kind of funny hearing this from another woman than Tasha K, because I always thought that Kendra G dressed ridiculous for a woman her age. Not saying she's ugly or unattractive, not at all. She dresses like a much younger woman. And it's not just me. If you go to Kendra G's Instagram, a lot of times her supporters are rocking with her, but a lot of times they be calling her out for the same thing, like you dressing like you're 19. Be that as it may.
I wasn't going to be able to guest co-host because things change. Things would happen in radio. They have pre-recorded interviews, but I was able to come in the next morning and still just do some talk breaks with Envy. Well, when I went in the next morning, Jess Hilarious was there. Shout out to Jess Hilarious, super talented, deserves to be her job. Like, this is nothing about her at all, right? So I want to make that clear. I think she was an excellent choice.
Thanks to everybody updating me about the audio. Thank you.
As a company employee,
what's up, Kenneth?
I wasn't really given an opportunity to even guest co-host. Really, I'm watching for 2 months people getting the chance to guest co-host, and I work for the company and I gotta wait. That's not gonna happen. But literally after that experience, I did it. And again, because I know this might go viral, shout out to Just Lyrics. That's your job. You kill it. I've always loved you. But I quit after that. Like after, literally.
So that was the final
that was
show.
I was done. Like that Friday, I had to go back to do one more episode in Chicago. It was May 1st, and I was going to Italy for my birthday, and I knew I was not returning. And I sent my resignation letter while I was in Italy, and I never went back.
And did they try to stop you from leaving?
I left 6 months before my contract, but I didn't get no severance package. I didn't get no unemployment. So they're like, okay, girl, I walked away from it.
You wouldn't get a severance package if you walked away 6 months early.
Like, don't.
Yeah, of course, Kendra G believes that that you can walk away from a contract 6 months earlier than you should leave it, and then she foolishly believes that they were going to give her a severance package after that. Sounds like a Kendra G story to me. Let's go ahead and get back into it.
Me to my contract. I'm not gonna hold y'all to anything. And I left and I moved to Beverly Hills, California, and I started my own company and my own thing.
She bought a Rolls Royce, and that was all she wrote.
Well, yeah, now they couldn't afford it. Now they couldn't afford me. But I do want to say this: life played itself out the way it was supposed to play itself out.
Let's comment, because there was a lot being said there, okay, that she didn't really go into detail with. But she always makes sure that, oh, they can afford me. I was in Italy, Rolls Royce, Beverly Hills. Very, very much new money, because radio personalities don't make that kind of money. I do want to tell you, before I went public or took this information on the road, when she was talking all that shit, talking about I ride for mine, bitch, don't be trying to, just doing so much shit. And I always told her, I said, listen, if I get anything on your man, I'm going to tap you. I don't look for shit. People send it to me. So when I got this email and all of the receipts that was sent, I dropped it in her DM. Guess what happened? If she didn't ride for hers, she didn't book up. It was crickets. It was crickets. All that mouth that she had on her forehead, all that yelling, can't hear herself and shit, tone deaf, wasn't saying a mother thing. She knew I was on tour with this shit. We got emails and all this shit on your boyfriend, not your husband, but your boyfriend. Hey, how was that Kendra G scrutinizing women about their requirements and preferences in a mate when she's parading around Los Angeles and being love bombed by Hush Puppy Jr., the Nigerian Deo, a.k.a. Donovan Johnson, a.k.a. Don Johnson, a.k.a. Reginald Green, a.k.a. Terrence Reed, a.k.a. James Wright, a.k.a. Timothy Price, and the list goes on. She is head over heels in love with a notorious scammer that recently came home from federal prison for bank fraud, credit card fraud, wire fraud, identity theft, and money laundering. Her Instagram is at Kendra G. It's Scam Central and screams scam likely. So when I did drop this email in her DM, as I told her I would, and text her, She didn't say a goddamn thing, but she had a lot of mouth trying to keep me or trying to scare me from even receiving this information. That's how I knew that something like this could be true. So this will be public. Like I said, everything's allegedly, even my name's allegedly. But like I said, if it get thick out here, we can put out the arrest record and what we were sent on this man that she's parading around.
So there you have it. Allegedly, Kendra G's boyfriend, who had all them aliases again.
Shouts out to Theo Coop. But yeah. And if, Kendra G's been I'm not even doing this because Kendra G has been very hostile towards the platform, even though I know that would be against contrary belief. I'm doing this because women need to learn that this is what being middle-aged, single, and by yourself looks like. It's almost like being an overweight woman in the dating market. You start realizing that your options aren't the good options. Kendra G probably is very frustrated because at one point she wasn't just subject to guys who scam and do weird things. And she knows that day is over. That one young lady said, Kendra G, we're leftover women. And Kendra G said, who are you talking about? I'm not a leftover woman. She turned into Scooby-Doo. And she certainly is a leftover woman. And again, it doesn't serve women to not know where they are, not know where they're truly positioned in the dating market, because you end up off balance, then you run into guys who scam. Shouts out to Kendra G. Not really. Let's go ahead and get back to the show. I'm not surprised. I'm not even gonna go long because again, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. I was looking at a lot of it and I was just like, I give it 6 months to a year. You proved me right. And not only did you prove me right, even the hyperbole, the things that I joked about, it ended up being true, Kendra. Like, if you would listen to me and like stop trying to fight your big brothers out here in the world, and yes, we are your brothers. We're black. Get over it. Like, you don't get to disown me because you don't like me. We're black, right? Instead of wanting to fight and to take this as a time where we can have conversations, we can help each other out, we're choosing to attack one another. Well, you're attacking me. I never attacked you. Right? So, again, just wanted to hope that this is a learnable moment for a lot of you women out here approaching middle age. If Kendra G is your leader, this is what the outcomes typically look like with a lot of middle-aged, especially you successful women. You just get set up for the okadoke. So, again, we're gonna move on and start doing some show archetypes. Kendra G, good luck to you. I hope you figure it out eventually, but it's not likely. And it's because you're rebellious. It isn't because you aren't a good-looking woman. It isn't because, of course, it isn't because you're lacking money. You have money, whatever. It's not because of any of those reasons other than you have a problem with men that you need to get checked, probably in therapy somewhere. And you think you make the rules. You're like, I'm going to find a guy worth $500,000 a year and he's only going to want to sleep with me. I also saw that video where you were like, that New Year, that video where like, I think it was your birthday or something. And it was like, your wish is that you get pregnant by the end of the year. If you guys watch closely in that video, when she says that, he tries to move the cake so she can't blow the candles out of the cake. He's like, what are you talking about? She just tried to sneak that shit in. Be careful out here, fellas. Much love to Eric Cummins. He says, Dollar Crew. Yeah. I can't believe that you tried to pull a fast one like that. Again, if he wanted to have a baby with you, he would have told you. He would have told you. Like, So, I don't know. And allegedly to all these aren't, I guess these technically are, but I mean, not the stuff about his record. That sounds like that's real. But all this is alleged information, but still it's sounds about right though. Like I'm not gonna lie, it sounds about right. And I'm not surprised. And he certainly moved that. He certainly moved that cake. You guys should go watch the video. There are people covering it. O'Shea Duke Jackson just covered it. And I don't even know if O'Shea noticed. He moved that cake, man. She was like, he was holding the cake for her to blow the candles out to the cake. She was like, and I want to be pregnant by the end of the year. And he was like, oh, hell no. He tried to move the cake. All right, y'all don't believe me? I'll go to the video. All right, because I'm not gonna be doubted. Nobody's even doubting me. Oh, here it is. Theo's got it. Shouts out to Theo Coop. Oh my. Sorry to waste your time with this, guys.
My wish is to be pregnant by midnight.
Hold on, wait.
1, 2, 3.
Happy birthday to you. My wish is to be pregnant by midnight.
Look. Did y'all see that? Did you see it? Did y'all see that? I don't know about y'all, but it seemed like he tried to move the cake. He was like, and she started chasing him like, no, let me blow him out. He's like, no, you crazy bitch. Oh, Kendra, you didn't have to talk. You didn't have to poke me. You didn't have to bother me. You didn't have to. You could have left us alone. You messing with a real one. You didn't have to bother me. I would have left you alone and whatever. But you played. You played in my face. You're gonna have to find somebody else to play with. All right? Because when stuff like this comes out, I'm going to like ride you, especially because you talk crazy about men for no reason. We didn't do anything to you, but give you good dating advice you don't take. All right. All right. Let's get to the regular part. Let's get to the part of the show that matters. Oh, okay. Let's get back to the part of the show that matters. Let's start off with our first archetype. Of course, y'all know more than likely we're gonna have to disqualify a demeanor. So let's go ahead and let's get into it. Let's make it happen.
Okay. I'm about to pull over.
Let me put that one live.
Oh, it's because I'm switching in between.
I said I wasn't expected to actually get on. I'm stopping.
Okay. She said I'm stopping. Okay. Let me put the live post. You got a little time because I gotta look.
Much love to Mr. Compensation. He joined the Dollar Crew.
Who's that? Happy Valentine's Day.
Look, I wasn't expecting you to pick me. I got my kids in the back. Thank you.
The all-new Kendra G singles dating app is available now on iPhones and Android phones. Just go to your App Store or Google Play Store and download now. But you know you put some request to be here.
Say it again. I did request. I did.
All right, here we go. I was trying to find the We Live video. Here we go. Okay. All right, what's your name, baby?
My name is Denitra.
Denitra. Where are you calling me from?
Denitra. Black people with these names, we are hanging our children with these names. Let's continue.
Houston, Texas.
Houston, Texas. Okay. Houston, Texas. How old are you?
I'm 36.
36. Denitra. You have any kids?
I got 2 kids, 11 and 4.
2 kids, 11 and 4. Both by the same man? No, two different men. Why not with the 4-year-old dad?
Long story short, he was married. And he didn't tell me.
When did you find out?
And when I had the baby.
Wait a minute. So you got
You a liar.
So you were pregnant and you didn't know?
Yeah, I didn't know.
How did you find out?
When I called when my baby was delivered.
Wait a minute.
Know that I had the baby.
Explain this to me. I'm so confused.
So I have a COVID baby, and I don't know if you know about COVID, but during,
hold on, real quick. This show was created in COVID.
Okay. Well, during COVID in the hospital, you can only have like one person there. Mm-hmm. So I chose my mom because she's a nurse practitioner. So I was like, let me get her because she know more about, delivering and all that good stuff.
Chose her over the child's father?
Well, technically, I wasn't getting in contact with him at the time, so I had to choose somebody.
You were in a relationship then?
No.
Okay, so how long did you date before you got pregnant?
Date him?
Y'all never dated? Y'all was just having sex?
Well, we were dating, but I knew him for years. We went to school together.
So how long did y'all hook up before you got pregnant? How long were y'all dealing with each other?
Like 3 months.
Okay. And that 3 months he was married?
Yeah.
And you didn't know?
No.
You didn't go to his house in the 3 months y'all dated?
Stop it. Say that. I did, but man can hide things.
Okay, so we'll move forward. So you say you're pregnant.
Do you guys remember that guy who went viral because he was talking about all those baby mamas he had, and none of them even knew his last name before they laid down with him? They didn't even know his real name. He was saying like, yeah, they didn't even care if they knew my name. Like, that's why they can't find me and put me on child support. I found it funny. I didn't care. I don't care what happened to them broads. I don't. You wanna know why? Because they laid down with somebody before they knew that guy's name. Why should I care about your outcomes more than you do? So again, it's funny how like women that you guys are intuitive. It's like, don't try to lie to me or I'm gonna find out. Like, so don't even try to play that game because every time you lie, I'm going know, and y'all try to act like y'all are intuitive and all this other shit. But then as soon as like y'all mess y'all life up, then all of a sudden y'all are lost people who need to be saved. Donnie says, "Is it Monday already? What do you mean? What do you mean it's Tuesday?" Yeah, we had to. We had to do what we had to do. Much love, Donnie. Glad you're here. Yeah, again, this is what I'm talking about when I say that like there isn't a deadbeat father issue in the black community. There is a women don't pick fathers issue in the black community. That's what's going on. Women aren't picking fathers in the black community, and then they turn around and act like they didn't know who the guy was after the child is already born. That's what's happening. Let's go ahead and continue.
And how did you find out when you were giving birth?
When I called to let him know that I was delivering a baby.
Okay.
And his wife picked up the phone. And she let me know. Pretty much. That's how I found out.
So you're in labor. You were in labor?
No, I had the baby.
You had the baby. Okay, so you were calling to tell him that you had the baby. So you called his cell phone.
Yeah.
And his wife answered.
Yes.
And you had. They're saying you knew. They believe that you knew he was married.
No, I didn't. It's a long story, but it doesn't even really matter.
You a liar. Okay, well,
well, hold on. Wait a second, ma'am. You said it's a long story, but why so? I mean, it either is or it isn't. Either you knew or you didn't know. It's a long. Anytime you see a woman say something like that and then try to parachute out of the conversation, just eject like that, she's not being honest. I think you knew he was married also, or he just wasn't moving right. He was moving kind of flaky, but you just still laid down with him anyway. You don't think you're accountable for that? Whatever he did that showed you that maybe he wasn't an honest person. Something. You want to have to understand something, that men, we think further than just that sexual layer of ourself. We vet you guys on a deep level. We think about these things.
That's why she's not with the 4-year-old dad. That's why I asked her that. Denitra, right?
Yes, Denitra.
Denitra, what do you do for a living?
I'm in the medical field. I work at the hospital.
Medical field. And how old are you? 36. What's your zodiac sign?
I'm a Gemini.
So we got Denitra, 36, Gemini, mom of 2 kids, by 2 men. Have you ever been married?
No.
Never married. Works in the medical field. All right, baby girl, what kind of man you looking for?
Somebody that's hardworking, somebody that's ready to settle down, somebody that's emotionally stable. I'm sorry, my kids are in the background. Just a good man of God, that's ready to settle down and start a family and build a legacy.
Okay. What are your deal breakers?
Nobody that's married.
Don't have your head cut off. Your head is cut off.
Nobody that's married. Here's what I can't let you do. I can't let you act like there's something wrong with the dating market instead of you thinking that there's something wrong with the way you evaluate the men you date. Excuse me. Like there's an issue with the way you vet men. Don't act like, oh, well, there's just all these men out here who are acting like they ain't married. What's the problem? No. Don't act like there's an issue. There will always be men who lie. There will always be deceptive men, narcissistic men, sociopathic, psychopathic men even. You're always at the mercy of that. So again, what do you do because of that? What do you do because that's the position you're in? I'll tell you what you do. You make sure that you set up an action plan to ensure that you can make proper dating decisions. I'm not going to tell you that. You're going to have to pay for it, but that's what you're going to have to do. You're going to go to the therapist or whatever, right? That's what you have to do. We're not going to be here long, guys.
Y'all just got out of work.
I promise you we're not going to be here long.
But
don't have your head cut off. Okay. Yeah, I can see. Okay. Don't have your hair cut off. I should say that. We got to see your full head. Okay. So nobody that's married.
Definitely nobody that's a cheater. We don't want no cheaters. Somebody that's not honest,
Again, now I'm going to help you with one of your issues that I already see that you're having with vetting, right? You think that you can secure something in the future, in the present, when it comes to a man. That's not how it works, right? You can't tell a man, you can't walk up to the dating market and say, no cheaters, no liars, because if they were that person, they probably wouldn't be a cheater or a liar. You know what I'm saying? It's just, you're not thinking your logic through. You're in a rush. So, and you're still worried about what happened to you before. You're not healed either. So you're just like, you think you get to lead with all of your insecurities, but that's not how it works. All right.
Okay.
I just want somebody to be truthful and genuine and knows what they want.
And knows what they want. Okay. Should he look a certain way?
I like tall men.
Tall man? Okay. Tall, what's tall for you?
I'm 5'2", so I've always dated like 6'4".
Go to absolute hell, lady. Like, who the hell do you think you are? I'm not even reacting to the rest of your. I'm not. I'm gonna let the fellas see the Kendra. I'm gonna let the men see the Kendra cam because they weren't raised right. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just joking. But the men always are like, man, I gotta at least see the Kendra cam, even if it's a horrible person. But we're gonna do the Kendra cam. We're gonna get out of here, lady. You're out of your mind. You don't like. Who do you think you are? Like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm joking, but this is actually very upsetting. Like, ma'am, who do you think you are? You're 5'2". You are a 2. It's just so happened that you're 5'2". Your rating on a 1 to 10 scale when it comes to your symmetrical beauty, it's a 2 on a 10 scale. You're not pretty or gorgeous by any stretch. You're not even cute by any stretch, right? And you think you have the audacity to walk into the dating market and think you get to ask for a man who is far above average in physicality when you offer nothing rare in physicality. How dare you, lady? What's your problem? That is not how the dating market works. Okay, every time I switch screens, I just have to switch the audio back. That's what it's doing. I just needed to see it at the same time. I'm on it. I'm on it. I'm onto it. I understand it now.
That's fair, but you're 5'2". 5'9" is taller than 5'2".
5'9" is fine.
Oh, okay.
Hold on, I missed some Cash Apps, and Cash Apps certainly stopped the show. Mick dropped 10. He says, "Let's cook." You know it, James Simpkins. He joined the Dollar Crew. Much love. That puts us at 15. Yeah, we're gonna look at the Kendra crew. We're gonna look at the Kendra cam, and then we're getting out of here, man. I'm not wasting my time on 5'2" below average women. 5'2" below average women. I'm not wasting you guys' time. There are too many men who are working hard, who follow my channel. Absolutely not.
See how I'm gonna do this. Should I stay in the phone? Like, if I got on my uniform.
We gotta see your legs. Okay, there we go.
I'm trying to see if I can. I don't know if you see me, but.
Okay. So we got Denitra, right?
Yes.
Okay. Squared away. Says women run the decor in the home. Can't hide that. Yeah, I guess. I mean, or I think that's really just something to do. That's you're still getting put to work. No, I'm just playing. The woman's still getting put to work at the end of that. Much love, Squared Away. Thank you. But yeah, moving on. I'm not wasting my time on this. I'm not wasting my time on this chick. Especially when we have 4 other archetypes. We actually have a woman who isn't black we have to cover, who thinks she can ask for whatever she wants. We're going to get her together. Let's go ahead and briefly take care of Becky with no sense. Let's go ahead and spin the clip.
Hey, give me back the mic, baby.
Okay, 1 second.
All right, what's your name, boy? Happy Valentine's Day.
I'm Lexi. Sorry, I'm just like getting ready right now.
Okay, you going out?
Yeah, me and my girl are gonna go get some food.
Okay. Lexi, how old are you? The all-new Kendra G Singles dating app is available now on iPhones and Android phones. Just go to your App Store or Google Play Store and download now.
I'm 26.
26, where you calling us from?
I'm in Miami.
Miami, what you do for a living?
I'm a nurse.
Okay. Do you have any kids?
No, I don't.
You ever been married?
No, I have not.
And what's your zodiac sign?
I am a Scorpio.
So we got Lexi, 26, Miami nurse, no kids, never married, and I think I got it all. Okay, what kind of man are you looking for?
I want someone who can just be honest, someone emotionally available, someone who can just be upfront about their feelings and what they want, and someone who is family oriented.
Okay, Jay Dawson, we have to shut her up because Jay Dawson took the sponsor spot. Shouts out to him. Let's get it, y'all. Make sure y'all show him some love.
Mama, there goes that man.
Much love. He says Stan is becoming the GOAT. Appreciate that, man. I think a year ago I might not have accepted that, but you know, we've been working hard. Thank you. I appreciate you, man. Thank you. Thank you. Welcome. Y'all show him some love. I'm gonna give y'all some seconds to let the track ride out because y'all love this one. And everybody says that I don't play the sponsor music long enough, so a couple more seconds and we're gonna get into it and we're gonna cover Becky. She doesn't seem too bad so far. She's just asking for money that I don't know if she qualifies for. We're gonna see. Much love to Jay Dawson. If this early in the show where we're at, we're probably gonna make y'all gonna be excited for the lineup of shows we have this week. Hang in there this week. Let's see what we got.
Mama, there goes that
man. Okay. All right. We got to get back into it. We got 3 other archetypes.
What are some deal breakers?
Any lies, if you lie to me, I definitely would not appreciate that. Yeah, I would just say that. I mean, I don't.
Okay, it's nice to know that we're seeing other ethnicities make this mistake. Again, you don't get to jump ahead like that. Listen, ladies, most of it, you have to understand, 50% of what you're doing out here, and guys have to understand this as well. Most of what you're doing out here It's a risk. It's called putting yourself out there. And where that term comes from is the fact that your underbelly, metaphorically speaking, is exposed, right? You are vulnerable in these situations. Rather it be lighthearted or whatever, you don't know this person. It could be Dahmer. You don't know this person, right? So, again, there's a part of the dating experience that requires you to be like this, unfortunately. That's why you should have your therapy before you do it. That's why you should be healed before you do it. That's why you should have all your shadow work done before you get out into the dating market. Because it's a bit risky, right? Even for men. We have financial, we have money, businesses and stuff we can lose behind relationships. Y'all don't even have to worry about it. Like, y'all just get heartbroken. Like, we get heartbroken and we lose all our shit, maybe our kids. It's a risk, right? But the lie, I'm here to, women, anybody who could be thinking like this, the dating market isn't gonna give you that kind of consideration. They're gonna be like, you know what? I'm a liar, you got me. I'm gonna go move on to somebody else who can. Okay. Let me switch the audio back because I switched screens. Okay, guys, I'm on it. I'm on it. It was me. It wasn't even YouTube that time.
Really care about height or anything, so that doesn't.
Whoa, we had a Cash App that stopped the show. Ronald Mitchell dropped 10. He didn't even put anything with it. Let's continue. Thank you, Ronald. Appreciate you.
You said you're 5'2"?
Yeah.
Because I said 74. We about to make gold.
Okay. What about money? Should you make a certain amount of money?
Yes, I'm gonna say at least 150K.
Woo, child, big money. 150K.
Yes.
So if he made 80K, he shouldn't reach out to you?
No.
Okay. All right, man. I'm gonna have to put you through it. You're an average woman, right? And that's not an insult, but you're asking for above average money. There's nothing wrong. Most people in society are average. There's nothing wrong with being average, but that is what you are. So what makes you think you get to get above average money? Again, I'm gonna give you the same rundown we give the sisters. This is like your personal value and your adult value and who you are financially and socially has nothing to do with your dating market value. These are two independent situations when it comes to you, but when it comes to men, it's not the same. We're allowed to use our finances and our social connections and how we rank amongst our peers to gain a mate. You all cannot, you see? Like it's a whole different ball game. So what you're asking for is for a man who wants his personal value to be way up here, but your dating market value is somewhere hanging down here, right? You're not an atrocious looking woman by any stretch. You probably maybe are like an adjustable 6 or something like that. Like if you put on makeup or whatever, maybe like a guy who made money would want to have you on his arm, but you're not rare, right? You're not rare by any stretch, but you want something rare. And that's the dilemma. It isn't about what I feel about women or if I'm a misogynist or not. It's not about any of those things. It's about where you rank. Don't deflect and get defensive. Think about this deeply. We're not going to spend too much time on Becky. And mainly because we have a lengthy show. Much love to David Edwards. He came through and dropped 25. We have made gold. Much love to David Edwards. I appreciate you guys. We are at $100, and we aren't even to the main archetypes just yet. Let's get back into it.
Woo! 26 years old, 150K. Woo! Yeah, Lexi. Are you open to all races?
I am. Yeah, I'm open. Yeah.
You said you're open?
I'm open.
Okay.
Open. Yeah.
Do you have an ethnicity preference?
I've mainly dated Black men in the past. I've also dated Asian. So I mean, I don't know. I'm willing to venture out of my normal. I think I'm ready to do that.
Ooh, wait. You said 150K, and if you make 80s, don't even come our way. All right, let's do it again. That's when you stand up and we see your full body.
Okay. I'm not really dressed right now, so.
Okay. You gotta move back a little bit.
Yes.
Okay. All right, we got you, girl. Okay, we see you. Lexi, would you date a guy with kids? Oh, they're telling me to ask you, are you on OnlyFans?
Yes, I am.
What are you doing on OnlyFans?
I mean,
I beg your pardon.
first I just started doing cooking stuff. So I was doing that for a little bit. And then,
Wait, you say what? You do what?
well, when I started it, I was like cooking and stuff. Now it's a little bit more explicit, but I just keep it,
Of course it is. All of you girls are always like, at first I was giving piano lessons. I was giving piano lessons at first, and then I had some bills that were due. And for whatever reason, the piano lessons just weren't cracking off. So I don't know, I kind of took my shirt off one day, and the rest is history. We're not buying it, lady. You're an OnlyFans girl. Now I'm really getting ready to move on from you. You're making me mad. You're an OnlyFans girl making what? And I don't care if you make, let me say OF, or I lose my money behind you. OF. It's just, what in the world makes you women think y'all can be on this site anywhere visibly showing booty holes? Anywhere where you are visibly in your birthday suit, right? What makes you women think? Truth is if you guys got married, you'd be lucky. Let alone thinking you're gonna get with some of the rarest men in the dating market. What you young women better understand is this: once you put yourself out here on these platforms like this, you are marking yourself for trollophood forever. You'll forever be a throwaway. You women are giving, you guys are, your whole family structures are walking away from you guys. Some of you women are raised right, and then you think you're just gonna join OF and then just come to Thanksgiving. No, they're gonna close the door. Don't nobody want you around. Oh my goodness, we're moving on. Like we're moving on. It's just, lady. Celibate,
You ready?
Celibate for almost a decade in the name of crazy. Here we go. In the name of absolutely crazy. Let's go ahead and get back into it.
I can't hear you, boo.
Can you hear me now?
Yes. Hey, girl.
Hey, Kendra.
What's your name, boo? The all-new Kendra G Singles dating app is available now on iPhones and Android phones. Just go to your App Store or Google Play Store and download now.
Carmel.
Okay. Carmel. And where are you calling me from?
Calling from Mexico.
Calling from Mexico. How old are you?
I'm 40. I'll be 41 in a couple weeks.
Okay, 41. What is your zodiac sign?
A Pisces.
Pisces.
Yeah,
Carmela.
kick them
right,
out,
or
Donnie.
Carmel?
Kick them out.
Carmel.
Carmel.
You've worked too hard your whole
you have
life
any
to have
kids?
to be sitting up and looking at
I
that.
do. I have a son. He's 20. He'll be 21 in a couple months in July.
Okay.
Flattered in my
Carmela,
time.
Mexico, 41, Pisces. A son that's 21. Have you ever been married?
Nope, never married.
Never married. And what do you do again? What do you do for a living?
I'm a holistic practitioner. I'm a master herbalist and iridologist. So I'm in the holistic wellness field.
Okay, and where do you live? Are you vacationing in Mexico?
No, I live in Mexico. I've been here for over 8 years, but I'm really close to San Diego. So I always tell people I'm from San Diego, but I like to be honest because, I do actually live across the border in Mexico.
Exactly.
But I was literally in San Diego yesterday. I cross.
What a hell of
my
a
church is in
coincidence.
San Diego, so I cross all the time.
Okay. So we got Carmela.
Carmel.
Why is he messing wrong? Carmel, here we go. Carmel, I apologize. Carmel, Mexico is where she lives. 41 Pisces, mom to a 21-year-old, never married, is a holistic herbalist.
I'm a holistic practitioner and master herbalist. Mm-hmm.
All right, let's do it, girlfriend. What kind of man you looking for?
One who is a servant leader, someone who is empathetic.
Servant leader.
Someone who's open-minded. I live a very healthy lifestyle, so definitely healthy lifestyle is very important. I'm like, when I saw the other lady say that she's a vegan, she lives a plant-based lifestyle, I do as well. So that's very important to me to live a healthy lifestyle.
Now, she says she wants she says she wants servant leadership. I didn't like how that sounded. I knew there was going to be a problem with it. Let's go ahead and read a definition that I found. It says a servant leadership is a leadership style that prioritizes the need of others and helps team members grow. It differs from traditional leadership, which tends to rely on authority and commands. Of course, this masculine hyena wants to deal with a man who he's in the lead. He's supposed to be respected as the leader, but he sort of isn't. He's not the leader. I'm so tired of this shit. Like, what do y'all think the dating market is? It's not a buffet like that. Men are men. Men want to lead. We don't want you to kind of lead. We want to all the way lead. And here's why. If everything all the way burns the hell down with what we're trying to build, everybody's going to all the way blame my ass. They're not going to be like, well, where's that woman at? How did that happen with a woman sitting up there? That's what black people say. Anytime stuff goes bad, how you do that with a man sitting up over there? Right? No matter where you are, they clone Tyrone all over the country. No matter where you are, it's the same thing. Have you ever heard a situation crumble and there's a man and a woman up in the situation and they go, how they do that with a woman sitting there? Like, they had a perfectly good woman there. How'd the money run out? Never. But if the money's running out and there's two people there, they'll be like, they'll question the man, right? And why do they do that? It's not for no reason. They do it for a reason. It's because he's the most accountable in the situation. Right? Much love to Down South Yellow. He dropped $2. Join the Dollar Crew. Much love. You women don't have to get lost with your progressive, like whatever, your progressive suggestions about leadership. It's all created by weirdo, feminist, butchy women who nobody was going to touch, who nobody was going to date. Stop it, lady. You're going to have to, if you want a man to lead. What really bothers me about this is that this comes down to the fact that our women have a lack of trust in us. You want to be connected to us. You want to be in our life. You want to start families with us. You want to spend our damn money, right? But you don't even trust us to lead you, but you don't want to be alone. I'm here to tell you, kick rocks. We're looking for the feminine women, and we always have been. We always will be. Get over it. We're not going to accept you butchy, pushy chicks. You should be ashamed of yourself, but you aren't, because you have a lot of numbers and a lot of other idiot women who support it, so you think that you're safe in the numbers. You're not. You're all going to buy a dog.
Style as well. Spiritual foundation. Why are you making that face, kid?
You know I'm a jokester, so I didn't say it out loud, but the joke in my head was, y'all might have to date each other. But I wasn't gonna say it out loud. But let me ask you: do you meet many men that you like that fit your eating requirements?
I meet some who live a healthy lifestyle, and they might be like pescatarian or vegetarian. Or if I tell them I'm also a plant-based vegan lifestyle chef, so a lot of times it's like they don't know what to cook and they're interested in the plant-based lifestyle, but they just don't know where to start. So I like when I hear those types of things, because I can teach
Donnie.
you.
I'm gonna get those made.
I'm a chef, so I can make food. I can make,
That would be good.
all the foods, and everything tastes well. It's difficult because the restaurants, sometimes it's watered down. Like the vegan options are very watered down. And the things that I make, even I don't enjoy some of the food that I eat out at the restaurant. So like, I feel like if you're willing to explore and you have an open, that's why I said open-minded, because if you're open-minded and you're willing to explore and learn and maybe take your.
See, I don't like this kind of deflection, this type of deflection tactic, because you're assuming that if someone doesn't want to do what you want, that they are not open-minded. That is a very, that's a juvenile assumption to make, or insinuation to make. What makes you think you get to do that? That you get to say that somebody who doesn't eat the way, because they don't want to eat sticks and leaves for the rest of their lives, that they're not open-minded. This is why nobody likes vegans. This is why nobody likes you guys. It isn't that you guys eat food that's disgusting and lacks taste. It isn't the fact that, you know what I mean, you guys always have dog hair and cat hair all over the place. None of those reasons. What it comes down to is that you're annoying, and you think that you get to tell people what to do about like what they do with their bodies and how they consume food, and you're very pretentious, and your energy is never helpful. It's always like, you're really gonna eat that? Like, you're really gonna do that? I wouldn't do that. Blah, 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 blah. It's like, shut up, motherfucker, leave me alone. Who invited this motherfucker? And I'm not saying that people shouldn't eat, add plant-based stuff. I've adding plant-based food to my diet has helped and whatever. But what I'm not about to do is go out in society and start being like, looking over people's shoulder, looking at what they're eating. Like, what are you eating, dog? Like, what's that? Oh man, don't eat that shit. I'm not doing that. Leave people alone. Vegans, nobody like you. I'm just letting y'all know, I'm helping you. Nobody likes you guys. Take it how you want to take it. You do it. You go out in society bothering everybody and think you can tell everybody what to do. Let me make sure our audio is good before we play. Okay.
Your health to another level, then okay. Like, but I do meet people who, I mean, in San Diego, it's a very, you live in LA. So like everybody's outdoors running and, enjoying nature because No.
It's not about if you're a vegetarian. No, you good, Highway, because it's not about if you're a vegetarian or not, or if you're vegan or not. Because vegetarians tend to not do this, because a lot of times vegetarians are people who got to where they got to by some sort of, like, they had a health issue, and that's what leads people to veganism sometimes. But most of the time, when vegetarians get there, it's just, I don't know, they're far less annoying than vegans. I don't know, like, I honestly don't even know. I thought I had something to say, and I don't even think I know what differentiates them. It's just vegan people who are like completely, maybe meat messes your brain. like when you don't have meat, your brain don't work good or something anymore. You get more, I don't know. There's nothing wrong with eating a vegetarian diet though, or eating a vegan diet, but it is wrong to just like, everywhere you go, even when you're talking to people you don't know, telling people that you're vegan, and they didn't even ask. You'll know if you're dealing with like, not everybody who eats a plant-based diet is a problem. Like, not every single person, but you'll know what kind of vegan I'm talking about. So I don't want all my vegan listeners to get offended, because I don't want you to assume that I'm automatically saying that you're that type of person. Of course, I'm being general. I'm trying to be comedic. But I'm just saying, in general, I don't know. Vegans are a little pushy. Much love to Calvin Garrett. He said, just supporting the show. Much love, man. I appreciate you. Thank you. He dropped 20. Appreciate you, man. I am not. I just want to let know, anybody who's eating a vegan, you're actually doing a good thing for yourself. Like, I'm not talking about you specifically. I'm talking about, you know who you are if you're watching this. You know who you are. You've done it. So, but nobody was even talking about food. You were like, I'm a vegan. They were like, why did you even bring that up? Okay, my bad, y'all. No more rifting.
the weather is really nice outside. So people already kind of live a healthier lifestyle. So I do meet people who live a healthier lifestyle, but not necessarily plant-based.
A vegetarian.
So now, like the other lady, it was a requirement. Is it a requirement for you?
Yeah. Like she was saying, like the intimacy, everything. Like I want a husband, I want a partner. I love to cook, and just like her, like I love to cook. So I want to cook all the healthy meals and stuff like that, and I don't want to worry about cross-contamination.
I actually would be happy about
that. Like she was saying, the intimacy is different. Like you can throw off my pH balance. Like you can like throw off my body, and I can get sick because you're sick. Because we're intimate, I can be sick because your bodily fluids can be throwing off my pH and all that kind of stuff.
Hold on, wait a minute. Even though she is right, I mean, okay. That's a good perspective. I never thought about it that way. But again, I don't know, man. It's just for your age and where you're positioned in the dating market. I think you're treating the dating market like you can put a fine comb through it. You can't. I'm gonna start saying that. You can't put a fine comb through the dating market. That's what I'm gonna start saying, because if we say you guys can't be picky, you think we're trying to subjugate you or oppress you. You just can't. There comes a time where your value decreases and you don't get to be all like, oh, you have to eat the same thing as I eat for my pH balance and all this other type of stuff. It's not how it works. I do know that what you eat will affect like you talking about also, because he eat cold cuts and he sleep with you, that's gonna make you sick. His little ribs he eat, and that's coming through his. They said Kendra looked like a madam. Weave would throw off the pH balance. Yeah, a lot of women don't know that you're not supposed to put like soap directly all like women be like, a lot of women throw off their pH balance and they're cleaning themselves wrong. Like they're not even dirty bras. They just don't know what they're doing. They don't know how to wash.
So I'd rather us be in alignment in that way. Yeah.
Ooh, child. You gotta worry about STDs and chicken.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, I got you, girl. I got you.
Like I can get an infection. You know, as women, our bodies are very sensitive. So
you got to worry about STDs and chicken. I don't like you, but that might be the only time you tried to throw a zinger and it actually was like a good joke. Okay, there you go. For all the Kendra G haters, was like, you just ain't what? It's like, all right, that was kind of funny. Let's get back into it. Because you are weird to just like the guy you already want to control. You worried about you're putting yourself through a lot of stress. You're already about to be 50.
Like I can get an infection, I can get sick, or you don't want to make your woman sick because you're not in alignment.
No. I mean, even both of you guys look like you're immaculate. Like shape and all those things, it definitely benefits you health-wise to not eat meat. So I agree with you from the knowledge standpoint. It's just, let's see if we can find the man that fits all these things. Let's keep going. So what else do you have on your requirements?
Spirituality foundation is very important. Believe in God, have a relationship with God. Being covered spiritually, like being able to pray together, and you can pray over me and things like that. Like I even want someone I can talk about God with, like in my relationship with God, like not be afraid to have that open relationship and talk about God. But that's very important to me as well, because I want the leader of the household to be submitted to the word of God. So that's very important. Also have a sense of humor. Like I love to have fun. I'm very silly. So have a sense of humor. You know, communication is also very important. So someone who isn't afraid to communicate and be vulnerable. Like I want to create a safe space for my man, my husband, to communicate what's on his mind and what's on his heart. So definitely someone who isn't afraid to be honest and be transparent. Yeah, those are the biggest things for me.
What are your deal breakers?
Dishonesty, not not being consistent. What else? Who doesn't live a healthy lifestyle? Who doesn't take care of themselves? Because if you don't take care of yourself, then I know there's no way you can lead my household in the way that I need. And
whoa, you masculine broad. I can't even believe that you said that. Lead the house the way you would like him. I want to play that one more time to make sure that I heard that correctly.
In the way that I need, and yourself, then I know there's no way you can lead my household in the way that I need. And that's it's going to be a reflection of how you take care of yourself.
Okay, maybe she's saying like the way I need, like her need, but it's just like somebody saying me. Yeah, it's just, I can tell that you want this guy to lead, but he has to lead the way you want him to lead, which that goes against leadership. Here's what you have to do, man. You have to find a man who's worthy of your submission and worthy of your femininity, but you should already be feminine and submissive before you even meet him. You should be friendly and feminine with all men, because without them, you don't live a better life. You don't have plumbing. You don't even have tampons. We invented those. Yeah, no, you guys are always like, you didn't invent it. It's like, that's not the point. Like when we speak about these topics, we're speaking generally, of course. It's not by coincidence that there aren't a lot of female inventors we can point to. And women, you guys have kind of been around the same time as us. Yet we don't have a lot of inventors we can point you guys to. So again, man, and you're 40-something years old thinking you can hold men to the fire like this about these type of petty standards. It's just, who do you think you are? You don't even look bad for 40-something too. It's just like, well, God, like,
also
big ass head.
I guess someone who doesn't take care of themselves, who doesn't have a relationship with God as well. There's a difference between like having that relationship with God and being spiritual, having that spiritual foundation versus being religious. So yeah, those are a couple of things.
Okay. So he looked a certain way.
I guess so. If I said no, then I'd probably be lying. But I don't really have a.
What matters if they be eating chicken?
I don't really have like a picture of what he should look like, because I think it just depends on how you carry yourself. Like, I'm 5'7".
Okay, CASHAPP stopped the show squared away. Just said, this is the problem with older women, not the looks. Absolutely, because I agree, squared away, because so many of our women, over our women who are over the age of 35, I believe, are the best looking women in the dating. Some of the best looking in that age demographic, not in the entire dating market, but within that dating bracket. These are some of the most desirable middle-aged women you're going to see around. And then the next, in my opinion, is like, you know, I see some really good-looking middle-aged Puerto Rican women sometimes. And whatever. There will always be good-looking white or middle-aged women here and there too. But more so with black women. They're more, that's where black don't crack come from. You'll typically see more middle-aged black women looking like deliciously young for no reason. And that's obviously the reason why, that's obviously not the reason why they aren't doing well. They aren't doing well because of the things that comes out of that flapping thing. Or just like Mr. Sam, the reason why when Mr. Samuels was 41, he wouldn't date anyone who was 41 was because he wasn't about, even older men who was supposed to be their match. So they say these men don't want to be given all these rules and all these regulations because you've been through so much and everything you've seen, and you'll be damned if that'll happen again. You'll be damned if this will happen again. Even older men don't want to deal with that shit. All men are the same. you also think that we slow down sexually when we get older, which is a fool. Just because our Johnson might be trying to bail a little, not like, and it's not even that bad. Like a lot of us don't have problems with that in middle age if we take care of ourselves. But even still, we don't like every time a younger woman gets cheated on by an older guy, they're like, oh, like I'm surprised he still wanted to sleep with anybody. It's like, you think that we just retire from like, matter of fact, from what I hear, older men tell me, no, we get more perverted up here, youngster. Like, you think you doing a little something, but what's going on up in here ain't what's going on in there. They're gonna make the difference. All right, let's have some people hit the like button now that our numbers are going up. We just passed 400 people in the chat. Let's have the numbers go up a little bit in the likes if we could. Thank you very much, guys. Let's get the likes up. This lady's crazy.
I do gravitate towards taller men, so at least 5'11". But ethnicity doesn't matter to me. Although I do love a chocolate man, you know.
I'm here to tell you right now.
Yeah, nice clean cut and great hygiene. Yeah, someone who walks with confidence. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Should he make a certain amount of money?
Why are you saying put it out there like that? Like,
because you're already a mess.
Well, I mean, I don't have a number, but if you're preparing for a wife, you should definitely be at a place where you're able to take care of yourself and also a household.
So in Mexico, not to cut you off. Do you want the man to move to Mexico, or do you want to be already in Mexico?
I mean, I love Mexico. This is not my forever home. Although I don't care to live in the States again, I'm very much so open to it for the right situation.
So, okay. Do you have a particular ethnicity you want to date?
No.
Oh, you're open. Okay. All right. So you said money. What was your money answer?
It's just that he has to be in a place where he's prepared to have a wife and take care of a household.
Okay.
So I don't really have a number, I guess, so to speak. But if you're already taking care of yourself and you're preparing to be a husband, then it should look like that.
Okay. All right, let's do that, Kendra.
Okay. Now, this is probably why you're having a lot of issues in the dating market, because to be 40 and not know what amount of money you need from a guy, because that's what it is. You try to get very elaborate just to basically say you don't have a clue, you don't know what that number is, and you need to know what that number is. You need to know how much it costs for a guy to cover your life. And don't make it vague. Don't say, oh, he take care of himself and all this other vague shit. You need to know where you rank. This is why we rank. That's why we rate women 1 to 10. Not to insult you, but if you find out where you rank on the scale from 1 to 10, we can start to talk about how much money you can ask for. That's why we're going to do ranking shows when we open our call lines up, so that you women, not so that we can just go, ooh, she thinks she's a 10, she's really not a 10. No, but because women really need to know exactly where they rank in the dating market. Some of you women who rank high, I'm going to say, yeah, you rank high. You probably are going to do well in the physical aspect. Let's find out if you're a wife, right? And then that'll be the process, and the process will evolve from there. And we do that for a reason. Jacob says, keyword, gravitate, but why are you throwing them off the orbit? Yeah. Much love, Jacob. That's a young bull. I love seeing the young bulls down there.
Cam.
Oh, okay. Let's see.
Okay, yeah. I mean, one thing I will say, you plant-based women, y'all be in shape, child. You know, that grass do a body good.
Well, I've also been like athletic.
Some carrots, some apples, child. Are you the same way? Anything with a heartbeat you don't eat?
Yeah, no animal products at all.
I don't know how to give it my lobster.
Unless I'm killing a horse for my head. What about the horses? What about the horses? You ever seen Seabiscuit? Beautiful movie. Damn the horses, right? Because I bet you what, that's not vegan weed. The problem with a lot of you vegans is that y'all think that y'all are better than the rest of us. It's not even about the fact that you guys are eating better food and like we wish we could get on your level. No, we don't like you because you think you're better. And you're not. You're not better than the rest of us. And we always find out a way that you're killing an animal. Somehow, every time. Every single time y'all do that, all I gotta do is look at him head to toe. I'm like, I'm gonna find something. Something died so you can get your shit, like just like the rest of us. Don't do that. And I think Joe Rogan even pulled up the numbers or something like that. Like they actually did the science on this. Like what it does to like cultivate everything that y'all do and stuff like that, animals still get jacked up. Like the animals animals still get harmed for y'all to get y'all stuff. So just want to let y'all know that. You guys are hurting animals. You are. And you can't be sitting up with the horses. So I said, oh, it's synthetic. Oh, is it synthetic? I don't know. I'm going to find something. Y'all can take the hair away from me. I promise you. Something died so she could be out here like clothed and shit. That's how it worked. I'm moving on for her. She making my audience. She's confusing me. She's confusing my audience. Let's go ahead and move to the feature presentation anyway. Kendra had a lot going on. My little vacation. Kendra had a lot going on. I don't want to miss anything, so I'm just gonna move around and just see what's going on over there. But I really think the feature presentation is where we need to focus. No men who eat meat. Oh my goodness, another one. Yeah, right. Yeah, right.
You ready, girl? Have you been before?
No.
Okay, hey. Happy Valentine's Day. You ready, girl? Have you been before? Oh, I hear an echo.
I'm turning it off. Okay.
All right. What's the name? Dominique, duh.
Dominique, yes.
I do that all the time. The all-new Kendra G Singles dating app is available now on iPhones and Android phones. Just go to your App Store or Google Play Store and download now. How old are you?
I am 40.
40. Where you calling me from?
Kansas City, Missouri.
Okay. Do you have any kids?
I have one.
How old's your child?
21.
21. What you do for a living?
I am a hairstylist and I am a life coach.
It's a
Life
different world.
What's your zodiac sign?
Scorpio.
Yes, it
Scorpio.
is.
So, and what do you do? Oh, you life coach. Okay. So we got Dominique, 40, Scorpio, in Kansas City, Missouri. One child, 21. Have you ever been married?
Yes.
You can get
When did you get divorced?
5 years ago.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just remember.
She's a hairstylist and a life coach. All right, boo. What kind of man you looking for?
Timu t-shirt.
Someone that someone that puts himself first, someone that practices self-love on a regular basis, someone that knows exactly who he is, someone that desires a woman.
She got that motherfucking John Starks. Remember John Starks when he got in a fight on the court? That's what I'm thinking about. I'm thinking about John. I'm thinking about a bad era for the Knicks. A really, really bad era. I'm thinking about Patrick Ewing jacking up a small point guard is what I'm thinking about. I see why they went crazy with the why they went crazy with the Sinbad and the different world references, man. I don't know who put you up to this. I'm here to say they played you. But here's what you can do. You can cut that off. You can go shorter. You a good-looking woman. You're a good-looking woman. You need to cut that off. You need to go, cut that off and stop playing around. Cut that off your head. Get that off the top of your shit and get serious.
Desires a woman that I love to keep a house. I love to cook. I love to nurture. So
Kenny
a man
Skywalker.
that desires that, because not all men do.
Yeah, we didn't say that.
Desire a man
Don't
that
do that. That's not what we
keeps
said.
his word, like a man of his
We
word.
didn't say
a
fade.
man that values his word. Yeah, pretty much.
So what are your deal breakers?
I can't do smoking. A man that has a whole lot of baby mamas. It tells me that you may not value women for real. A man that is dishonest.
Okay, now, ma'am, is it the same thing if a woman has babies by by 3 different men? Is it the same thing like that she doesn't value men? Is that the same thing that because she's or is she irresponsible? Is she accountable? Because it's okay if you say something like that. Fine. How about this? For the sake of the argument, I say fine. It's a fair evaluation. Now, can it go the same for you? Like if you have 3 babies, because you women do this and then turn around and say, if you don't love your mother or if you guys don't have good relationships with your mother, then I can't date you. It's like, but all of us don't have good mothers. Like, do you think all of you guys are good? Like every single one of you? Because that's a problem if you do. Dale Curry. That's funny.
A man that's not confident.
I can't believe you women think that y'all gonna force us to eat leaves.
A man that
Shame on you.
feels the need to control. Like, those are deal breakers for me.
Feels the need to control. Look at the issue that we're having with our women in masculinity. Look at the look. This is basically the same woman that we just left. We just left a woman. We hopped right over to another woman who's gonna end up buying cat food. This is serious. You women are very masculine. You guys are like, and I know it because you don't want to be led. And you guys try to use traditional leadership and you're trying to transmute it into controlling and possessive and insecure. You're wrong. That's how your grandfather and your great-great-grandfather got things done. And you don't have bad things to say about him, do you? So what do you think? What do you think's changed? What do you think you've changed? What do you think has changed about the men of today? Get the audio back, right? Okay, there we go.
Okay. So we got, should he look a certain way?
I only date black men.
Woo!
That's all I can do.
Only black men, okay. Should he make a certain amount of money?
Now, I hate to assume that every black woman that says that she only wants to date black women, that it's just tied to his ability to please her in bed. I don't like to assume that about every single black woman that I evaluate. But when you're a woman that obviously doesn't want to be under the control of a black man, but he's the only man that you want to stimulate you sexually, I'm going to question your position. That's gonna make me skeptical. I'm gonna think that you want black men to please you in bed, but that's where it ends, and you don't even want to lead him. But you want that Cynthia G stuff, like, oh, I don't have faith in black men, but they're the only men who can sleep with me, thing. And again, I don't like to make the assumption. I raise the assumption.
That's an interesting question because I watch the show often and I hear you say that. You have to be able to build. Like I treat that like a tool. Like I don't believe that we're supposed to just hold on to all our funds and all the money. We're supposed to use it for a tool. So the man that I desire has to be able to build. which means that he has to be able to support himself. So he has to have his own place. He has to be able to live his life, travel, do all the things that he wants to do. He has to be able
Haven't you noticed that when she gave that description about where a man's standards are supposed to, like when she was being vague about the value of a man's finances. And she stayed vague, but the only thing that popped out was travel. And again, these are women over the age of 35, and they still think that they still tie a man's significance closer to his ability to take her on a vacation than his ability to take care of her for a lifetime. Y'all, there's a reason why when the women talk about what they need from a man, they put travel at the front, and then they start working down to more important things. It's never more important things than they get to travel in the back. That is not by coincidence. They're doing that because that's the most important thing. That's in the front. That's what they want the most from you. I'm not kidding you, Western men and black men. This isn't just black men. This is Western men. We're being narrowed down to a damn vacation because of Instagram. I'm not kidding you. We're getting narrowed down to Instagram. The Instagram selfies. All they value you as is somebody who can eventually stunt on social media with them with. And like, oh, we see, look black people, I'm traveling. I'm going places. You guys got to stop with this travelisha shit.
to support a family, but he also has to be able to afford to build for our future. So there's no like dollar amount on that, but because you could be with a man that makes $100,000 and he's in debt $500,000. So I just feel like you have to be able to pay your bills plus build for the future.
Okay.
You still want to be with that man who makes $100,000 a year. Stop lying.
You a liar.
Stop lying. You still want to deal with that guy who, anyway, and you think he's about that just because he owes, like businessmen and smart men, if he can get to $100K a year, he knows to pay himself first, which is a law of finance, a law of financial literacy. Pay yourself first. You don't go broke to pay debtors. That's the truth. You don't go broke to pay debt a lot of the times if you're smart. Most companies will take very small payment plans to get things situated and in order. There's options. Stop acting like there's a scenario where you wouldn't appreciate a $100K man, so you don't sound crazy for asking for it, or like whatever.
All right, let's do the Kendra Kim. So no dollar amount requirement.
I mean, I'm 40, so I require a man that has what I have.
Okay.
So I have my own. I own my own home. I can support myself. I can up and travel when I want to. So you have to have that plus be able to build for the future generations.
Okay.
So there's no exact dollar amount on that. Like I can't really put that on a dollar amount.
Yes, you absolutely can. And let me tell you how to put a dollar amount on it. Matter of fact, I'll do you for free just to show you how easy it is, right? You're over 40. Your symmetrical beauty, I'll probably say, is average. Maybe not even below average. Maybe somewhere in the middle, right? You do look like I don't know. You do look like a boyish lesbian. Let's keep it real. You do. You look like a manly. You like one of the manly ones. Visually, physically, when it comes to things that we care about, like fertility, the main reason men get married, which is fertility. That's one thing you'll never be able to give a man simply because of your age. You don't even have enough time to give a man a baby. So that's a knock, right? So again, pretty much you get to deal with an average man, probably around, if he's in your age demographic, he's for damn sure going to be above average money, because again, he would deal with a younger woman with less baggage and a better haircut. For that money. For that money, he's going to deal with a woman who knows how to wear her hair properly and isn't over 35. See, 40-something-year-old men like to date 25 to 30-something-year-old women when they make a certain amount of money. You guys may not like it, but it's the truth. It's the truth. and those women don't see those men as sugar daddies, they'll marry those men and take it serious, have his babies, all of that. So, again, I would say your overall rating from a scale to 1 to 10, just for the sake of making this quick, it's probably about a 5, right? You're a 5 on a 10 scale. Not even an adjustable 6. You're just a 5, right? So 5s typically date your $50,000 a year men and below, right? And you're lucky to deal with that guy. Don't you dare act like you're better than that guy. Don't you like whatever, because I can tell by my comment section or whatever, not all these guys are ballers. A lot of even some of these men in my comment section, they don't want to deal with you. So even a lot of just common everyday people, they're looking at you and they're like, nope. So it probably would be far less likely that guys would want to eat the way you want, do the things you say. Yeah, you're worth about 40 to 50, maybe 30 to $40,000 on the dating market. That's about it. 30 to 40,000. That's where you can stop. Your guy works for a living. He goes and he doesn't own anything. He doesn't own a business, and he's cool with that. That's not what he wants to do. He's cool with the work that he does in construction or whatever it is that he does. He doesn't care about that, right? Somebody says 50K. I was being generous, and that was the bench. But I closed at 30 to 40. I just capped her at 50, maybe just in case. But her bench, but really, I really wedged her in 30 and 40. She gets the bottom because you're late in the dating market. You can't offer a baby. You're not above average in physicality. You don't get anything rare.
Because he could make 200,000, but he could spend 300,000 a year. That's no benefit to me.
Okay. All right, fair enough. Let's do the Kendra Cam.
Let's see. Let's see if this works.
Okay, look, you're in great shape.
Thank you.
Oh, Tony, don't play with
Lord
you.
have mercy. We must stay focused, brothers. We must stay focused.
Bacon. We got Avery here.
I knew the stud was gonna have body. I knew she was gonna bust y'all head. I was like, wait till she stand up. She could like they gonna be like, oh, never mind, thought never mind. You know what? She ain't even that bad. Y'all still mad? Y'all still mad at the haircut? I ain't gonna lie, Simba might get clapped. Hear me out. Just kidding. But really, I'm not kidding. But I am kidding in like what I would do at the end of the day. But I'm saying if she's far crackable than we could have ever estimated, right? Yeah. Again, doesn't yeah. Somebody said Dej loves mama. Oh yeah, they're listening. They also stopped saying 100K. Once they realized they had to deal with me after Kendra G show, they were like, all right, bitches, here's what we got to do. We got to stay 70 to 80K. That's what or that light-skinned nigga who hate women gonna be on us to come tear us down. I can't believe that's what y'all think. Like, we wake up every morning and I'm just like, man, I'm ambitious to tear these black women down, man. I'm just a perfectly good black woman to shit on today. That's what y'all really think. It's sad. Somebody says, give her a wig. Stop lusting. Hey, lusting you can't stop lusting. See, that's why I couldn't get with the Bible shit. Like, because they was like, stop lust. I was like, how am I gonna do that? Because once I look, it happened. Like, you can't, like, once I look at Halle Berry in her Oscar dress, what my brain goes next? Y'all think I can control that shit? Or maybe y'all can't. Y'all too powerful. I said some of you guys are too powerful. You guys can look at some big juicy boobs and then just don't think about what you typically would do with those. Cool. I mean, if y'all can look at a big booty and not think about hitting it from the back, fine. Like, I would say you're a wizard or a god, but fine. Just that you have abilities that I didn't even know that we had as men, because I can't look at, like, once I see something, I see it. That's it. Ain't no use me going like, no. That's why it would be uncomfortable when people talk about your mom in an explicit way, because you can't get the visuals out of your head. That's why it's so awkward when people are like, yeah. Leg gap and everything, like. And it speaks, and we were just talking about this, how like a lot of our middle-aged women, they be looking young, sometimes they be looking untouched and just be single as ever, just finna buy a dog. It's true. Let's continue.
Oh my God. Thank you. Oh, that's a deal breaker. I forgot a deal breaker. I am plant-based. So I have to have a man that is willing to transition. I'm not saying that he's plant-based now, but he has to be open to transitioning, because I don't do the meat thing. I don't do it.
So if he's not, so how plant are you? Are you vegetarian or vegan?
Plant-based. So I don't eat, so vegetarian, they eat like eggs and dairy. Vegans eat processed foods like fake meats and all of that. I just eat vegetables, fruit, nuts, and grains. I don't eat processed food.
So you want a person that eats that way?
He has to be willing to transition.
Let's get one thing straight. Crack is cheap.
Yeah, man. I'm here to tell you it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. It's not how the dating market works. You women are not gonna force men into becoming what you want. You need to learn how to stop being so aggressive and masculine. And the first step is understanding that you're not gonna tell men what to do. You're just not. You're gonna get with a man who you admire the way he leads, so you're gonna be down with everything he's talking about. Or don't deal with that guy. Stop getting with guys who you need to transition. What are you talking about? You don't get to just make a man eat what you like. You know how miserable he'll be a couple of years into that relationship? He'll want to put a pillow over your head and smother you. And if you think he's not finna sneak to In-N-Out Burger or whatever, and he is, and he's got to deal with your mouth like, oh, baby, you really ate that burger? Yes, bitch, I ate the burger. Yes. Eventually, he's going to snap. I can't stand vegans. Y'all think you get to tell everybody what to do.
So you want a person that is willing to, if he doesn't eat that way, he has to be willing to transition to eating that way.
Yes.
Ooh, child. You want a black man to give up his steak?
Like, you think I'm finna sit up and eat nuts? What is this? Now, let me read it. Okay, I see that he sent the super chat. Move that down. Nuts and berries and grains.
I have dated some that will, but they lack in other areas.
Well, that's gonna be the challenge for you.
And I cook. So as long I cook good food.
No, and I get your request. I'm not really trying to have you change it. But what if he's okay with how you eat and he still wants to eat chicken? You can't do that?
For multiple reasons, but no. Not if we become like husband and wife. Like if we're dating and he's working himself to that, then I understand, because it took me a minute to.
When you say working himself to that, that's basically your way of saying like he's following you. That's basically your way of saying like he's following you. But here's the issue. You're supposed to be following him. You get on his page. He doesn't get on yours. This is the biggest issue with black women being so masculine and thinking that a man is supposed to do what they say. And again, ma'am, like just listening to you talk, I can think about how hungry I would be. Like just listening to you talk about this shit, I'm just like, oh my God, I would be so miserable. It's like if I was married to somebody like you, I'm not Bill Cosby. I'm not Cliff Huxtable. I'm not hiding my Subway sandwich from my woman. If I want to eat, if I want to eat, like that's what I want to eat. That's what I'm gonna eat. You women are so pushy and masculine. And I promise you, your body is built very nice. You do have a nice body, but men aren't that desperate to be around a woman who is built nice to where like, all of a sudden they're gonna be told what to do, bossed around by some chick. Like it's gonna be patronizing the entire time. How manly do you think he's gonna feel? He's like, yeah, I'm dating her, but she's saying I gotta start eating vegan. What makes you think that a man is gonna go back to his friends with these kind of stories and feel like a man? His homie's gonna be like, "What you so you eating vegan just because she say, bitch?" Like, where's your balls, like, dude? Like, she starts eating vegan, so you start eating vegan. All of a sudden, that's what you're doing. Like, dude, where's your manhood, dude? You think that men want to go back with these stories? Like, oh yeah, I'm eating vegan now because of her. Like, nobody's ever liked these guys.
Transition. But as my husband, I can't, because if we're intimate, I might as well be eating the food you eat because we finna
Again, it all comes down to the booty juices. Everything comes down to booty juices with black women. We're moving on. We're moving on to the feature presentation. But I do just find it ironic that everything we do, every time we cover this show, it's weird. It's like everything comes back down to butt. Can't make it up. Everything that a lot of our women do, it comes down to booty. I'm not proud of it.
Are you ready?
But now, in the name of average at best level delusion. Shit. Now, this woman also, I'm going to spoil it. She's got a nice body too.
Lord have mercy. We must stay focused, brothers. We must stay focused.
She has a deceptively nice body. She's in the face, and just from the up profile here, you would think that there isn't anything going on. She's got some shit
Lord
going
have
on.
mercy. We must stay focused, brothers. We must stay focused.
I'm going to get that out of the way, right? I'm going to get that out of the way. But again, you guys are going to see during the duration of this call how irrelevant her having a good body will be when it comes to the results she'll get in the dating market. If she'll get any good results in the dating market. This is about as arrogant as it gets. $300,000 a year is such a, it will always be a significant amount of money. No matter where inflation goes, no matter where inflation moves, $300K will never be a number you can just fan in the breeze. You can't. It's a significant amount of money. It takes a lot to be able to get to this place financially. It's not easy. It's not the highest earner in the dating market, but he's certainly far above average, right? Let's go ahead and get into it and keep those things in mind as we get into it. I'm going to read some supers real quick. Before we get into the feature presentation, I must read all the supers. We basically haven't even read any supers before we get into it. Intellect says, deceptively nice body, belligerently bold face. Much love to Intellect. I should read them from below and under so that it'll. Intellect also put, Grace Jones want me to turn into a silly rabbit on top of whatever her other delusional requests are. Now I'm downright offended. Much love to Intellect for that one as well. He's usually a heavy hitter in the super chat. Here he is again. He says, nah, you can't come in rocking that kid and play as a woman. And I don't even know what your requirements were. Whatever it is, no. Intellect also says, it also says 5. You must be USIN Babylon based 60 mathematics. I don't even know. Let's continue. I really should just search your name and then all of them will pull up. You're probably the only person in the supers today. I think we had a few people in the super. Just wanted to make sure we got everybody though. It's been a long show so far. It says keyword gravitate. Why are you throwing them off orbit? Much love, Jacob. Thank you for that contribution. I think that's everybody. All right, let's go ahead and get into it. Feature presentation.
Yes. Oh my God, Kendra. I'm on the show.
You're on the show. I love your energy.
Thank you.
You a liar.
Kendra doesn't like any of these women.
Okay.
I never have before, but I'm okay with opening up to.
So West Mode, I think they're referring to the lady I talked about a second ago. That one lady success story about to leave a whole lot of y'all single. Nothing wrong with wanting someone financially stable, but 300K?
I don't think that's a big stretch. I mean,
whoa, hold on, wait, why are we this far? Whoa, hold on. We're too far in the call. We're way too far in the call. Why did you jump like that? Okay, let's start here.
Wow.
I have a daycare.
What, honey?
I have a daycare.
Daycare.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any kids?
I have 3 kids, 29 and 10.
29 and 10, all by the same man?
All by the same man.
Okay, did you get divorced? Were you had been married?
I was married for 20 years. I got divorced in 2022.
Why you get divorced?
He was a bum, Kendra.
Ooh.
But we're not gonna talk about him.
Okay, we're not gonna talk about him.
We're not gonna talk about him.
Okay, Tierra, 43. She works at a daycare. Was once married. Mom to 3. All by your ex-husband, right?
All by my ex-husband, yes.
What's your zodiac sign?
I'm a Scorpio.
All right, let's go. Tierra, how old? Ucha, I'm tired. So we're gonna move fast.
I'm tired too.
Oh my God, I know it's terrible. Tierra, 43, Scorpio, works at a daycare, divorced.
I own a daycare. I don't work at once, Kendra.
Ooh, correct
Wait a minute
me.
now.
Correct me.
Kendra, yes.
I'm here to tell you right now.
I apologize. Correct me. Owns a daycare.
Yes.
What kind of man you looking for, girl?
Someone driven, someone honest, someone that wants to have fun, someone open-minded, someone successful. I cannot stress that enough. Someone about their bag.
Okay.
Yes.
What are your deal breakers?
A liar. I'm real understanding. So you can tell me anything. Like, she got a fat ass. I like it. Let's look at it together. Like, you don't have to lie. You don't have to cheat.
You a liar.
Be honest. That's it. Be honest.
Okay, again, you see women say stuff like this a lot in the dating market. They're like, I don't want a liar, I don't want a cheater, and whatever. But men aren't going to divulge this type of information up front. They're just not going to do that. And there was something else that I wanted to hear. Again.
You don't have to lie. You don't have. Oh, you can tell me anything. A liar. Someone open-minded.
Again, when you hear this open-minded stuff with women in the dating market nowadays, open-minded means you have to be opening to letting me lead also. That's not the definition of open-minded, ladies. That's not the true definition of open-minded, that now the person is willing to hear you more. I think you need to go to the definition, go to the Webster's definition, and go to the dictionary and read it and figure out what that actually means. Because you're misusing it. You're misusing it, and you need to stop.
Someone successful. I cannot stress that enough. Someone about their bag.
Okay.
Yes.
What are your deal breakers?
A liar. I'm real understanding. So you can tell me anything. Like, she got a fat ass. I like it. Let's look at it together. Like, you don't have to lie. You don't have to cheat. Be honest. That's it. Be honest.
I don't believe you, ma'am. I don't believe most women who say this. Fellas, do not fall into this trap. Women always say, oh, I'll look at the big girl with you. Stop falling into that trap, fellas. They aren't that cool. If you compliment a woman too hard around a woman, she might not say anything back, but she's just sitting there with this really she's just sitting there with this weird energy. You can't compliment women too strongly around other women without them getting uncomfortable. This is where women try to think that they know themselves and they don't. And then they'll bring up the big booty girl you looked at 3 years later in an argument. Women be doing this, and then you guys will act like you're cool with it, and then when he starts looking or whatever, it's like, and why does he have to look with you? I hate when you women do this. Y'all always bring everything back to you. We don't want to lust after women with you. Like, I think there's something special about looking at a girl's butt and you're not around. So, stop. We don't want to do everything with y'all. Y'all ain't even that dope. That's the truth. This is a trade-off. And we know that y'all think we're not that dope. That's the truth. We know that y'all like find us disgusting in some ways. Like, there's some things about men that you guys have to deal with. You think that we don't have things that we just know about y'all that are inherently just like, we do.
So he can look at another woman with you.
Yes, like I enjoy looking at. I appreciate a good looking woman that takes care of herself, and she got a cute outfit on. I might give her a compliment. She got a nice body. I might give a compliment before he does. It's okay. I'm not jealous at all.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm glad you brought this up, Terrence. Much love to Terrence Watts. Because this is where it leads to. It goes to this next. Excuse me. He said, same way you never have a threesome with your main. She gonna be like, you ain't smashed me like that. Yeah, it's like, like it's new, so I gotta perform. Yeah, it causes problems. Women are always like, women do this when they realize that a guy's gonna exercise options no matter what, but they just can't get rid of the guy. They go, okay, I want to start sleeping with those girls with you. And then when they get around, they find a way to just make it. They make it weird. They're like, hold on, you never even put your mouth on me like that. It was like, you're bringing up the wrong shit or whatever. It's just not a good idea. You're right. This is where it leads.
What are your deal breakers?
Just a liar. Broke. Not a go-getter. Comfortable. Doesn't want more.
Okay.
That's it.
So you look a certain way.
Just attractive. I'm not really into big guys, but no skinny ones either. So have some meat on your bones and be attractive. Take care of yourself. Hygiene is very important. Smell good. I love a man that smells good.
Okay. Should he make a certain amount of money?
Kendra gonna kill me for this one, but I'm gonna say 300,000 and more.
Don't play with it. You know we had a girl.
My dog died.
What? Exactly. They'll be doing this all while they're throwing it back on another guy just in case. It's not a game, man. You down there spitting. But yeah, everybody's like, let's look at the comments. Look, because these are everyday men. These are men to be respected. Jay Nelson says men are comfortable living average. Like women don't even know how content men are like with like doing what they do. That's why y'all think y'all gonna come around them and be like, oh, you know what? You need to live different, eat different. You need to be able to move to this country. Like, who are you masculine bras trying to put like just muscle men around? But look at what the men are saying. Absolutely not. References to substance abuse, of course. Delusion ain't the word. Yeah, she lost me. The other ones were even better. Yep, more references to substance abuse. You know, it's just like, because they think that you're ill because you should be ill to think that you qualify for a $300,000. I'm gonna tell you the same thing I told the other woman. I remember that when the Average at Best call went viral, and Mr. Samuels was like, "You're not above average." She was like, "Well, my body ain't average. My body's above average," and he was like, "That don't matter." That doesn't matter at all.
All the girls is gonna file suit now. She came on and said she wanted a guy that made $500K. She was settled for $350K. This was, I want to say, 2 years ago. And she called me this year, a couple weeks ago, and they was in Thailand and said she's about to get engaged. So, and he made way more than $500K. So 300K. Now you know the cousins is gonna say,
I don't care. I don't care what the cousins gonna say. Because
well, you should. You should care about what the general public believes, because that's the people who you have, who you're in the dating market with. It's foolish to say, like, where is everybody at who's doing the dating? And then somebody says over there, and then you go over there and then say, I don't care what any of you guys have to say about dating. Does that even make sense? When you think about it, does that even make any sense? You're where dating happens, but you don't care about anybody who's in the dating market and what they have to say. Only that crazy, psychopathic, possibly mentally ill man who would accept this deal.
You have to think of it. When you have a man, he needs to be able to provide with or without you. If something happens to my daycare and I fall, I need him to be able to pick me up. I need him to, you know, if you pay the
Hold on, wait a second, man. Wait a second. It's your job to support him in what he's doing with his business. See, you masculine women, you think your husband is your secretary. I need him to be able to pick up the slack if my business isn't working. If you're dating a guy who's making $300,000 a year, you think he gives a damn about your business? I know she doesn't. She tripping. I know she don't make $300K a year. And even if she does, she be tripping.
mortgage, I'm gonna pay the bills. Simple. And I want you to be able to support. I want a caregiver. I want somebody to take care of me. I'm a help. I'm not lazy. I have my own money. I have everything, but I want to be able to build with somebody that already have their stuff together. I don't want you to be working.
Do you think that somebody who makes $300,000 a year, do you think that what he's missing is somebody to build with him? Are you women even thinking this shit through? Like, do you think that a guy who makes $300,000 a year, that he's sitting around like, you know what? Like, I need somebody who can help me build from this. I'm already done beat out most men in society. And I'm pretty sure $300K a year men, they're trying to progress, but they're not missing their Bonnie to their Clyde, you idiot. Like, this is frustrating. Because I think you women know better. You're just being rebellious and you're just coming out into the dating market thinking you can wield this stuff around and hoping that there's some unicorn guy out there that'll just be like, oh, I'm different than everybody else. Let me step in and white knight your situation. It's not going to happen. It's not no Tyler Perry movie. This is life, baby. It's a real world outside. Got to get real with it.
You know yourself. I want your stuff to already be together.
Okay.
Got to get real with it, shawty.
Fit all these characteristics?
That's why he an ex.
Have you ever dated a man that fit all these characteristics?
That's why my goal.
Of course you have.
They can't own hip-hop.
Of course you haven't.
If you don't sit your goddamn ass pistol grip chin down somewhere,
You play too much.
Goals are high now. Because I already had what I don't want earlier in life. So now I want what I want.
I understand. Just hypothetical question.
Yes.
I mean, there's men that make $300K. They want
Hold on,
what I want.
Y'all hear that shit? Y'all hear this shit?
Okay. Did your ex-husband fit all these characteristics?
That's why he an ex.
Have you ever dated a man that fit all these characteristics?
So right, and it was her husband. Let's keep this in mind. So when content creators like me said that modern day black women think that they're better than the men in their community, how many of these archetypes do we cover of women? They're in marriages with men, and because those men don't want to like get on the same level up plan as them, then they think that they're better than the man. but you're the one who got with a man who you weren't proud of in the first place. How dare you? How dare you?
That's why my goals are high now. Because I already had what I don't want earlier in life. So now I want what I want.
No. No. That's not how it works. When you were younger, that was your opportunity to hook the right guy. And you dealt with the guys who weren't favorable. Now you want the guys who are favorable now that you've pretty much blown it. That's not how it works, ladies.
My dog.
And it would have been hard for you to hook a guy who's of any tax bracket in the position that you're in, yet you think you can ask for the best guy in the dating market. I'm here to tell you, you're going to fail. You're going to fail, lady. You're going to fail hard.
I understand. Just hypothetical question.
Yes.
I mean, there's men that make 300K. They walk this planet. But let's just say hypothetically, this man doesn't want to date you back. Are you okay never having another man until you see Jesus?
I think the problem is I've been settling for under, and a lot of men I meet in San Diego, they do make.
I beg your pardon.
So when people say they want to meet somebody with 6 figures, but they still are broke, they still can't support themselves in San Diego. A lot of people out here, the bills are.
Oh, so you think that because you live in San Diego that now you get to ask for San Diego money, silly goose? Ma'am, just because you live in San Diego, that doesn't raise your dating market value. That just means you live somewhere that's expensive. That's it. That's it. It doesn't mean like, oh, well, I live in San Diego. So if you want to live in San Diego, who said he was moving with you? He make $300,000 a year. Why he got to go live where you live? Don't you think he likes where he lives already? You women have not thought this through. He already makes $300K, ma'am. What make you think he moving to San Diego because that's where you want to live? Right? And who said that just because you live in San Diego that now makes you a woman who can ask for one of the highest earning men in the dating market? Who the hell played you? Somebody deceived you, man. Somebody deceived the hell out of you.
High, like I have a 4-bedroom. My mortgage is $4,300. So,
but here's my question. I'm not.
Ma'am, what does that got to do with me? What does that got to do with the men in the dating market? What does you having a $4,300 mortgage have to do with the other men in the dating market? What the fuck are you talking about? You got a $4,300 mortgage. You determined to live in you. You decided to live in San Diego. What in the world makes you think that because you made a decision to get a $4,300 mortgage in San Diego makes you believe that now you qualify for all men who earn that? Who told you that? It's not true. If that was true, Gabrielle Sidibe would have the man of her dreams on her arms. And I'm quite sure she'd probably say some cute shit like, well, I do have the man of my dreams. Thank you very much. But we all know that if Gabrielle Sidibe wasn't walking around like a bag of laundry, she would be dating somebody who has made more than $15K a year, make deodorant for a living. We all know that. So let's stop playing games. Right? God, this is upsetting.
I'm not giving you pushback. I'm asking you a simple question. Yes, there are men that make 300K. So if there isn't a man that makes 300, if there isn't a man that makes 300K that tries to date you, marry you, and all those things, are you okay with never having another man until you see Jesus?
I think I will settle, but I will settle with at least 200.
You would settle with at least two. Oh, ma'am, this isn't business negotiation. Start high and then negotiate down to what you originally wanted. This is not business negotiating. This is the dating market. It's not like, ma'am, you don't even qualify for 100K a year. I know you're saying, the men out here make 100K. Well, why aren't you married to any? Why are you on Kendra G's show looking for them? They're right in your city. Just go outside. And I know you're outside. Why aren't they scooping you up? Everywhere you go, if you were this woman, you'd understand. You'd already be scooped up. And I like when people see your body, they'll see that you probably get approached often, but then when they realize what your age and what you got going on, they slowly back off. JoJo says, my car payment is $1,200. I'm not settling. Somebody says she sounds broke. So it says 200K is settling. It's like, yeah, lady, if 200K, like you're not. This is what women do when they say 100K isn't even a lot of money. It's their way of downplaying something that they already don't qualify for, so they don't look as foolish for asking for it. That's all they're doing. They just you take a thing, you diminish its value artificially, so that now you can sound. So now it sounds possible and rational that it can belong to her also. So you see it happen all the time on the show.
The minimum is 200.
So 200. So if a man that makes 200K does not try to date you, court you, be with you, you are fine being single for the rest of your life.
I'll just date, but not take anyone serious and be married.
Wow.
Oh.
Not live with him. We can't cohabitate, anything like that. So
okay. So now I'm getting.
Oh yeah, but what do you think he's gonna be funding all your dinners and lunches and all this other shit? And like, but y'all are nothing. He's gonna be investing energy in you, but y'all not going nowhere. And and you think in this hypothetical world, he's perfectly okay with the fact that he doesn't get a marriage because he doesn't make rare money that you didn't even qualify for in the first damn place. You're sitting up with him because that's probably where you belong, but you're not gonna give him what he deserves because he's not something you don't even fucking qualify for. You cannot make this. You can't make this up. This is one of the craziest calls of all time, guys.
Anymore. So you can date a man that makes less than 300, 200K. You just can't marry the man.
I can't marry the man.
Okay.
Holy hell.
We got more
Can't make it up,
context
fellas.
to the
Incredible.
All right, there you have it. All right, let's do the Kendra Cam.
Unbelievable.
Okay, we see you. You got a booty. Like you have a nice body.
Yeah.
Oh, y'all see the little gyrate at the end? That's the quality of it. Y'all see that little gyrate?
You got a booty. Like you have a nice body.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, for all the young people tuning in, Jacob, back in the day, Jacob, shouts out to Jacob. Gotta love Jacob, one of representing our men who tune in under 30. Back in the day, before there was twerking and before there was Sexy Red and Cooking with Kaya, there were women who were gyrating down the street. There was 1970s and 80s gyrating. That's what that was. Because it wasn't a twerk, but it was an old school shimmy. Much love to Matrix Uptown, who's always first, but sometimes is not. He says she wrecked her home because she thought she was better than him. Her little daycare money got her thinking she's above men. Can I get a I love my meat sound?
I'm very serious about my meat. What's wrong with it?
I guess there's so much to press with this lady. I never really discussed the fact that she's a home wrecker, and she is a home wrecker. But it's the reason that she wrecked her home. Of course, like that's what's really foul about it. That she started a business with him. And he probably, I bet you he put money into it too. I bet you he put some of his own blood and sweat and tears into the business. She probably made it and dipped off, allegedly. But you never know. But you see this with black women more than any other group of women. They find themselves thinking that they're better than their men who they got with because they came up with a business idea while they were married. And since they figured out a way to make more money than the guy they're with, they start thinking that they're better than them. Black women start thinking that if they make their own money, that the guy who's standing next to them is expendable. This is the majority of our women. It's just some women are willing to say it or show it through a different means. But this is a good amount of our women. They come equipped thinking that they're okay without us. Thank you for this super chat. Very discouraging, but it's true.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
And shouts out to whoever that father was.
Yeah, I do. Love and Dating in Los Angeles said, 300K, I'm going to get a young chick with no kids. Sorry, no moonwalking. Sorry, boo. You did it backwards.
She's not going to be able to match your 300K.
Well, you know, a man that makes 300K doesn't care.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
She goes, in her being upset and jealous about younger women obviously being more valuable than her, she foolishly says, well, that young girl can't match his 300K. Ma'am, just like what Kendra G says, we don't care. We don't care.
We don't care. We don't care.
We don't give a damn. What does that mean it was? Are we part owner of the daycare now? We definitely don't want to deal with them kids. What's that got to do with me? Y'all be thinking that 300K a year men will be like, you know what? I could deal with this submissive, cute, broke, cooperative cooking woman, or I could deal with this woman who don't do none of that stuff, but she got more money, and I can just stack that on top of my money, but I'm rich with no kids, a dirty house. We rather take $300,000 and take some of that money and make sure that a cooperative woman is good. We don't need the extra $300,000. We're not like, oh, I need somebody to go who can go on top of that. No. You don't want to deal with that dude. He got to hook his PS5 up somewhere. And I like how you said that with a lot of confidence. Like you said something, you ain't said shit. That's not even, we don't even care about that. And Kendra's going to try to help her. Watch.
I care. I want to ask
her. But FYI, I think
who cares?
Know this.
She goes, I care.
300K is not basing a woman's income when he's dating. I don't think any man wants a bum chick, but he more so wants a woman that can fit into his schedule, available when he needs her to be available, but he's not saying, do you make 300K in order to date me? And I think a lot of women get that confused at times.
But I also don't want a man that will want a young chick. Like I want someone that dates within his age range. And
whoa. The issue is stop looking at the dating market as what you think it should be. Start looking at it for what it is. Men have always dated women younger than them and married women younger than them. Women historically have always valued older men. Do you think that older men would have success with younger women if younger women did not want to date them back? Again, you women are not thinking this through. Older men are not forcing younger women to be interested in them. And every younger woman who wants to date an older man does not have daddy issues. That's a deflection. And an atavistic one at that. Saying that I don't want to deal with a man who wants to deal with younger women is like saying I don't want to deal with a man who likes to drink, who likes to breathe air or blinks. That was such a stupid thing to say. I'm going to make sure that you're shamed properly so that you don't say it again because it's stupid. I don't want to date a guy who likes to date younger women. It's like, well, do you want to date a guy who blinks? Because that's also something we don't have control over. That's like saying, do we want money or do we want to be broke? Of course we want money. Stale Cracker Jacks or fresh ones? It's a no-brainer. You ladies are making this harder than it needs to be. And I'll tell you one thing. Shame isn't going to move you closer to what you want. And it's the very thing that you guys accuse men of doing in these type of podcasts. You say we're trying to shame you or whatever. No, you all shame men. And you shame the women who desire the men who you can't have. Like saying that a younger woman has daddy issues for wanting a guy who's older and established. No, the truth is you guys are upset that we gain value with age and you do not. That's what you're truly mad about. You just won't admit it. You won't admit it. You're mad that the older we get, the more valuable we come to women. The older you get, the more you guys have to pay for it. It's not my fault. Take it up with Mother Nature or Allah or whatever it is you get on your knees to. Nobody, like men didn't do it though. You mad at the wrong person. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Let's get back into it.
That would want a 43-year-old woman. I wouldn't want a man that's looking at a 20-year-old girl.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
Kareem said, what does this 1% man get from you? Do you qualify for the 300K man, honestly?
What does a 300K man qualify? What do you need to qualify for a 300K man?
Okay, now let's go ahead and AK her. So, ma'am, if you don't know what are the qualifications for a 300K a year man, what makes you think you're settling for a man who makes anything less? Don't you think that to qualify for a thing, you should at least know what the qualifications are? It'd be like going to Google with going to work for Google with a GED. You obviously don't even understand what the qualifications are for the job. It just keeps getting worse. I don't know how it could get worse.
Can I answer this?
Answer it.
I'm trying to think of what I've heard, and
CASHAPP Stop the Scroll Share the Way says, "This a W. I make 200K so I can hit without commitment." Yeah, like again, like and she'll be around your 200K a year lifestyle also. She'll gladly be around your 200K a year lifestyle and whatever. She was lying saying like, oh, if she dated a man who made 100, she wouldn't marry him. That's bullshit. That's so that she doesn't sound crazy. And even if she does make 300K a year from her daycare, which I don't believe she makes, but even if she does, that doesn't mean she gets to ask for a man who makes 300K a year. That's true for any woman who's earning in the dating market.
The biggest thing I think that men that have a lot of money, they really want you to be available when they're available.
Exactly.
So sometimes if you're equally as busy, that doesn't always work for them because they need you to be available when they be available. Yes, sometimes they want younger, but then sometimes they don't want younger because they don't like the immaturity. They don't like the
Google will hire you with a high
conversation.
school
But
diploma.
yes,
That's
there
a high
are
school
components
diploma.
when they like younger. Sometimes they have no
And
kid
I know that
policy.
GED is the equivalent, but
That
they're
is
not taking you with no GED. Stop playing.
I want somebody that can travel, someone that money is not an issue, someone that can pay their own bills.
Haven't you guys noticed? Again, remember I said the ordering? When people talk about things that are important to them, the stuff that is at the top of the list, typically it ranks as importance and level of importance. That's the truth. That's the truth. When somebody puts that at the top of the list, that means it's at the top of what they find important. Okay? Let's continue.
Bills, someone that has a home.
And I have to expand a little bit further. Sorry. What that means is that a lot of our women are suffering from arrested development. They haven't matured far past the age of like 14 or 15. They still think life is about where you get to go. And it's part of it. Like this, it's a part of like living a good quality life, but it's not, it should never be so high in the priority list. It should never be that high. Notice that the women are when you look at the way that they roll out this travel thing, or they'll get vague and say, I just want a man who can just take, who makes a good amount of money and can travel. The travel is the only thing it's their only specific. Like bare minimum, if you can do anything else, we got to be able to go on a trip. It's like, it says something so much about you women. How serious you are about men.
Someone that doesn't require me to put my card up. Someone that is financially stable. And for me, 300K is that number. For me, living in San Diego, 300K is that number.
No. Just not how it works, man. That's not how it works. Just because you live in I'm gonna say this one more time. Just because you live in San Diego, that does not mean you get to ask That doesn't mean you automatically, just because you live somewhere expensive or because you can afford to live somewhere expensive, that doesn't mean you get an economic match, because your dating market value is not based on where your position is in the economy. Your dating market value is based on your youth, fertility, and beauty. And those are all average, right? Your body might look all right, but you're old. You probably can't even give a man another kid. You're far past geriatric pregnancy. What does the guy get? That's the question. You can't be clear about it.
People in San Diego are struggling making 150.
What does that got to do with you?
So why do you think you've never dated this man?
Unbelievable.
I don't think I go to the right places.
So now are you going to the right places?
I'm still not going to the right places. I'm at home.
Okay, so you're coming on my show. So this is your first step. We're saying it outside so the universe and God can hear. What are the other steps you're taking to really find and marry a 300K man?
I haven't took any.
Divine Photo says if San Diego is expensive, then move. That's what I always say. It's like, did San Diego make some law to where, like, if you cross the border and go dip out somewhere else, that they're gonna come find you and do something bad to you? Why are you acting like you have to live in San Diego? A lot of you women need to a lot of you women, in regards to your dating market value, y'all need to move to Gary or some shit. If it's just based off of your dating market value, I heard they need people out in B more.
This is my first step right here. Okay. I'm on your app. I'm on dating apps, and I'm just looking for places to go. And I'm stepping outside of my comfort zone because I normally don't date outside of my outside of African American men.
Oh, so you didn't, I skipped that. So you'll date outside of Black men?
Yes.
Okay.
If they're attractive.
Okay. Yes. Okay.
I never have before, but I'm okay with opening up to.
So West Mode, I think they're referring to the lady I talked about a second ago. That one lady's success story about to leave a whole lot of y'all single. Nothing wrong with wanting someone financially stable, but 300K?
I don't think that's a big stretch. I mean, I said I was selling for 200K. I don't think 200K is a big stretch.
We heard you. You were delusional when you said it. When you said you would settle for 200K, all that meant was that you're insulting to all the men who make 200K. All you did was insult 200K a year, man, because, ma'am, they're not about to deal with you at 40. Like, what? You don't try to say something. Oh, I already said I would settle for 200K. No. That guy, you don't qualify for him either. Stop. Stop. You don't qualify for him. What are you doing?
Stretch. I think that's doable. Okay. 300 might be a big stretch, but 200 I said I'll settle for. It's not a big stretch.
You tripping.
Okay, 200 to settle for. Have you dated, but you've dated a man that makes 200K?
I've dated a man that makes 200K.
So what was wrong with him?
He was a liar. He's a cheater. And I'm learning most successful men are liars and cheaters that make that amount of money.
Yeah, I mean, a lot comes with that tax bracket, child.
A lot comes with that tax bracket. You got to deal with a lot. You got to be the side.
But the money matters to you enough that you're willing to deal with it?
You lying ass bitch.
I mean, maybe.
Woo! Child, let's keep going. All right. Maybe.
Nope, I'm not going far past here. We're already past time. Again, lady, I swear to God, you are not going to ever qualify for that. No day of the week. I'm not saying that. I'm here to tell you, you're never going to qualify for that amount of money. I'm saying you're playing yourself. I'm here to say you are out of your mind, lady. You don't qualify for that amount of money. And you saying it's not that much money, not only is it disrespectful to the men who had to figure out a way to become rare in the dating market, it's silly. It's a misdirection. You think you can downplay something that you don't qualify for so that you can shrink it down to you. It's It's not gonna work, lady. Like you don't qualify. You don't qualify for a man making $100,000 a year. So what makes you? So again, and you women can start doing this if you want. I'll be right here to react to you and get this money. Like if y'all gonna keep talking and you're gonna keep making it this easy for content creators like me to come through and get a bag, I'm cool with it. Hit the subscribe button and way out of the room. Also notification bell so you can be notified every single time we go live. Every afternoon. I appreciate everybody who donated today. Much love to our show sponsor. I believe it was Jay Dawson. Much love to Jay Dawson for sponsoring today's show and everybody else who supported. We'll be back here tomorrow, possibly reacting to Arlette. If we end up having to wait for Arlette to drop, we might do a later show if we have to wait for Arlette to drop. So if the show is a little bit late tomorrow, it's only going to be because we're waiting for Arlette to drop, because that's the next show that everybody's demanding that I go over and react to. So that's where we got to go. So it is what it is. Much love, guys. Thank you for supporting and tuning in. It's SoundDefFect. I'll see you guys in the next one. Be good.